Here we are then at the Circuit de la Sarthe, the venue of the iconic Le Mans 24-hour race, and we are ready to set a world record time around this legendary track as we go through the penultimate set of corners before we start our flying lap. And my goodness, the speed of that car as we went through the final chicane was absolutely out of this world. Let's go on board actually to give you an even bigger sense of the speed that this car is capable of. Fourth gear, 47 miles an hour, 48 miles per hour. It's getting quicker and quicker. This is a class of car that this circuit has never seen. 49 miles per hour. Oh, but the undulation of the hill means we can't hit 50 miles an hour, but maybe on the straight we'll be able to do so. Am I going to be brave enough to take this chicane flat? I think I am. I mean, look at the amazing downforce this car has, taking these corners with absolute ease. As we go under the legendary Dunlop Bridge and head into the next section of the track. Oh, downhill now, and look at that, we've hit over 50 miles an hour. This is astonishing speed. Will I be brave enough to take this tricky corner flat? I think I will be. This is unbelievable. We've already done this section of the track in over a minute and 19 seconds. This is world record pace here in France. Another tricky corner to come. I'm going to take it flat. Oh, we nearly hit 60 miles an hour. Now it's time for one of the long, epic straights this track has to offer as we really build the speed. Look at the revs. We are nearing 70 miles an hour here. 66 miles per hour. We have hit the rev limiter. Going to take you on board again. The speed of this car is absolutely astonishing. Have you ever seen a car move as quickly as this one? I mean, you talk about Formula One and you talk about Ferrari, but this is the absolute pinnacle of Italian engineering, the Fiat 500. Who would have thought that this car would ever be in a game like GT Sport? We are approaching another chicane. Will we have to slow down? The downforce on this car has been so incredible. I've not even had to use the brake pedal yet. Oh, I have to lift. First I've had to lift in this car. Oh, wow. A snap of oversteer there. Such was the speed. Even this mighty aerodynamic marvel couldn't quite cope, so I had to lift or risk a serious high-speed accident, which would have been at around 30 miles an hour. Let's try and build the speed up again. And in a few seconds, we are already past the limit for the world record pace for this circuit. We failed! We're rubbish. So our attempt to break the world record with the Fiat 500, unfortunately, I wasn't a good enough driver to get the best out of this monster of a car. But we will still do a lap of this circuit anyway. There's not too much of the circuit to go, as you can see. So we will keep going and try and set a respectable time. So I just got to find the braking points for the next set of corners. Can I take it flat this time? Ooh, I think I might be able to this time. The grip on this car is absolutely... finding the words to describe how good the handling this car has. It's very difficult as we go through yet another... We have to keep going. But just think, given how quickly this car's done this lap, imagine the pace it could set at the Nürburgring. That would be a sight to behold. So if you want to see me do a lap of the Nürburgring in this particular car, then leave a comment. And maybe any other circuit you'd like to see me drive the Fiat 500 on. With the world record pace seen right here. Only on Gaming Animal. So another corner coming up. Might have to brake a little bit early because I've taken a lot of speed into this corner. But yeah, did very well. Some very sophisticated brakes on this particular Fiat 500. So I'm beginning to think that the hype behind this car being the quickest car in the game isn't quite living up to that. Over 5.5 minutes. We're only about halfway around the circuit, so a bit disappointed. People told me this was going to be the fastest car in the game, but it hasn't worked out that way so far. We're really building up speed again. Revs go up, we're going to hit over 60 miles an hour again. By the time this car gets to top speed, we're going to have to slow down again because the acceleration in this car is just so fierce. But, oh, look at the front end on that. The front aerodynamics on that car. You can just see why this car builds up so much of a slipstream for any cars following behind it. Oh, we go flat. Wow. How does it do it? Well, I was taking far too much speed there, so I had to really go onto the brakes, but the brakes on this car are so good that you can brake insanely late and you'll be absolutely fine. Ooh, ran a bit wide there. Getting a bit cocky. Thinking this car can get me out of any sort of danger, so I'm going to have to watch myself. But when you're inside this car, you get a real sense of the pure speed this car can generate. I mean, I drove one of the Le Mans Porsche LMP1 cars earlier, but compared to that, this puts all cars like that in the shade. This is what they should use for the Le Mans 24-hour race. It is just a thing of beauty. So we're approaching the final section of the lap. So let's see what this car can really do. So I'm going to try and not lift at all for any part of this final section, which could be really tricky because the sheer cornering speeds this car can generate are frightening, to say the least. So we're in the final sector now. So even though the downforce on this car is incredible, it just lacks a little bit of straight line speed, you know, 66 miles per hour. You know, I think it needs a little bit more than that. I mean, it's probably still faster than a 2017 McLaren Honda, but you know, I think that is the one weakness now. So we are approaching the final corner of this track. A couple more chicanes here, and then we are done with a lap, my first ever lap of the Le Mans circuit. And I have to say, I'm deeply impressed with the way this circuit looks, but I am even more jaw-droppingly staggered by the performance of the car that I chose to drive this magnificent circuit today, giving a bit of beans through the final set of corners. Oh dear, that was stylish, and now we head for the line. And what a wonderful lap that was. 9 minutes and 25 seconds. That was world record pace. Unbelievable. So I hope you enjoyed that insanely fast lap of the Le Mans circuit. And we will see you next time on Gaming Anamonda. Thank you very much for watching.